It is being rumored that Ndindi Nyoro, Chairman Budget Committee in the National Assembly and the Kiharu Member of Parliament, is not good terms with President William Ruto. And there's a possibility that the guy might be whipped from being the chairman of the Budget Committee in the Assembly. And now that poses the question, why? What happened that Ndindi Nyoro, who was once a very close ally of President William Ruto, today he is not reading on the same page as the president? And I'll give two reasons. And my first reason is because during the finance bill, the controversial finance bill, unlike Kimani Ichung'wah and other MPs in KK government, Ndindi Nyoro did not as much support the finance bill. Being the chairman for Budget Committee in the National Assembly, I guess Ndindi Nyoro, more than anybody else, he should have understood or was expected by the president and the government to defend the finance bill more than any other MP, because he is involved in the budget making. And you remember back then, William Ruto, the president, used to say the country was not in a position of paying debts and at the same time sustain development projects for the country, or even paying salary for the civil servants. And therefore, and we saw even money or funds meant for university students, like the help, were delaying very much. So Ndindi Nyoro, being the chairman of the Budget Committee, was supposed to defend the finance bill by stating to the public why they should embrace the finance bill, to raise more taxes so that the government can deliver its promises to people. But Ndindi Nyoro was not as active, and that might be what maybe angered the president of the Republic of Kenya. And you see, the government, to be a supporter of government, you must not be afraid of criticism. Yeah. And I guess the reason why Ndindi Nyoro did not actively support the bill is because of the opposition the bill was facing from the public. We know many MPs who voted yes to the finance bill, they had a very rough time meeting the electorates in their particular constituencies. We saw what Gen Zs were doing. They banned supermarkets, businesses for certain MPs. Certain MPs, they had their home being torched by angry young generations. And I guess Ndindi Nyoro, and I'll say Ndindi Nyoro is a very ambitious politician. He saw that might undermine his popularity on the ground, and especially from Mount Kenya region, because people from the mountain, they were very angry with the finance bill. They used to say that bill was targeting them. Not even the country. They said they was targeting them. And when Kimani Ichung'wah was actually defending the finance bill, being the majority leader, Ndindi Nyoro failed on his mandate. And that is what has led to, I would say, to this strained relationship between him and the president. Now to my reason number 2, the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Did Ndindi Nyoro vote yes or no? But one thing for sure, Ndindi Nyoro did not support the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, which is a direct violation of the interest of his party and the ruling party, UDA. So what do we see there? It's like Ndindi Nyoro was not listening. Obviously, this thing, the finance bill must have been sponsored by somebody else. And I would say maybe the president. I'll leave the doubt. Maybe the president. And maybe you'll understand why after the Senate impeached the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, it took, I think, hours for President William Ruto to deliver the name of Kithure Kindiki to Parliament for approval, which communicates a lot that William Ruto was not in good terms with Rigathi Gachagua, and he wanted Rigathi Gachagua out of the government. And as a leader of the ruling party, he expected his MPs, his troops, his foot soldiers, like Ndindi Nyoro, to rally behind him. But Ndindi Nyoro was nowhere to be found. Maybe going to the reason why Ndindi Nyoro did it, that could be another reason for another day. But that is what I believe has led to the strained relationship between him and the president, and that could be the basis why the guy may be removed as the chairman of the budget committee in the National Assembly. Thank you very much for listening and tuning to this channel. I ask you to subscribe so that when we upload another new video, you can get the update. And thank you for your continued support.